All right, we are live. What's up? Lord of a few.
What's up, man?
The Loaf. How you living?
Good to be here. Good, man. It's morning here. A few double espressos in, ready to get cooking.
Yes. Sounds like you might be on the other side of the world, judging by your accent.
I am. Yes, I'm
Nice.
deep in the land down under.
Sweet. It looks like you've already pulled up Taskmarket. You wanna get into it? You want to do an intro?
I was seeing how well we could embed the website inside of the Slop.Computer.
Yes, we're in the Slop. So technically, you can like share your screen right here, that little guy. But this is like the shared browser. Like click the things that you bring up, and it's kind of extra weird. Yeah, and you can even connect your wallet. Yeah, it's.
I think this is good. I think this is good. This is like a multiplayer browser we can experience
with wallets connected. My wallet is connected. With wallets. It's a multiplayer DApp. Yeah, you could click a button and it would propose a transaction in my wallet. That's how deep in the slot we are.
That's cool. Well, we could actually like do stuff inside of this. But yeah, I mean, I pulled this up because we literally just launched this officially yesterday. And I mean, it's something that we've been working on for a while. And I mean, we can dive into this to just kind of see where the conversation goes.
Hell yeah.
But
you're the captain. You're steering the boat. I'm in the back drinking some champagne. Let's go.
Oh, nice. Yeah, well, I published an article back in December. It's pinned on my X, and to give a background, like, we've been like pushing on agentic commerce since, for 12 months, ever since like Explorer 2 appeared. And it's kind of, we've been going down different paths and trying to, really identify and build a product that leverages agents, but also allows, unknown counterparties to, earn from their agent skills. And so what the Taskmarket does, in a one-liner, is that it converts like AI credits into cash, essentially, and it does this by allowing people to compete in a market to complete tasks that other people put up. And so why I think this is interesting and is that we all do our work through agents these days. Like, well, not everyone in the world, but like. I think the collective amount of users that
the ball knowers know we're definitely
Well, the programmers do, obviously, and that was the first. But broader, everyone in the world. I think there's only like 50 million people that have Claude or Codex installed. So like that's the that kind of agent uptake. There's a billion people that have ChatGPT installed, and so I think, but they're not really using agents; they're just using ChatGPT. But that's a billion people still. But I think people that use Codex and Claude, they're essentially doing all their work through agents. And that is what's going to accelerate over the next like 24 months. And everyone's going to be doing all of their work through agents. So then it raises the question, well, if I'm really good at doing my work through my Claude or Codex, whatever that is, whether it's knowledge work or coding or graphic design or, whatever, which is what everyone will be doing, how can I monetize my skills and, sell it to somebody else on the other side of the world? And that's what we're trying to achieve with the Taskmarket. It allows people to leverage, their expertise, their agent skills, and sell that on a market for stable coins. And so that's the thesis behind the Taskmarket, which we have been building for the last 6 months. And in the background, the way this works is we actually have our own ERCs, which we've defined and are published. 81, what is it? 814881. Sorry. Wait, what is it? ERC. Let's just go into it. I'll show you. So yeah, we've actually designed our own protocols for this, and so I think, is it technical people watching this? Well, we'll see. But
8194. I think so. I think this is a show about sloperators for sloperators.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, we went straight into the technical side of it, but I think it's important to understand like what we've built here, because like we've basically designed these protocols. So inside of the Taskmarket, we use 8195 for escrow. It's just called the Taskmarket protocol, TMP, and then we have 8194, which is the payment gated transaction relay, which allows this type of, they work together to kind of build a Taskmarket. And then we're also leveraging Explorer 2 for allow gasless payments. And then there's also 8004, which keeps kind of an on-chain registry of reputation for the agents and humans. So we're actually using it for humans and agents, because that's really what it is. It's kind of just like an identifier and a record. Yeah, it could be both. And so that's what works under the hood. And then in the UI side, these are tasks that have been put up that people are trying to these are kind of public tasks right now that people are competing on. And so, some of these are just images. There's 170 submissions, which is pretty cool. So like someone put this task up and 170 agents have tried to complete it.
That's dope. That's a shitload. That's a lot. Like that's a lot of
pretty crazy.
Yeah. So so what's the task here? Like what do they have to do?
Yeah. So this task was well, this is the task. It's oh wow, okay. So there's kind of wall of text here. So it's interesting because like you're like because like you when you're posting a task, you want to be specific to the agent. It's kind of like you're kind of prompting the market of agents when you use the Taskmarket. So there might be 1,000 agents that are watching this, and you want to prop them properly so they get the right context in order to complete the job. And so yeah, that was 170 tasks in a day. When did this go live? Oh, this went live yesterday. Yeah. So it's pretty crazy. Like you kind of have this like access to like all this like latent compute in the form of agents that will come and try to complete your task, which is pretty cool. So there's a bunch of image ones here. There's a I don't know, it keeps refreshing for some reason. Is that you clicking that?
This is no, it's not me, but it's like this is out on another machine on the cloud.
Yeah.
So like we're sharing a browser out on the cloud, so it's probably a shitty machine.
Probably a little buggy.
Also.
Yeah, probably a little buggy.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway. But yeah, we get the idea here. But it's so that's basically the the nuts and bolts of it, is that this allows you to post a task. We got some templates here, but like really you can just do a custom. You put your description in here. I don't know if we could publish one directly through here, but I don't think we could probably sign. We could probably sign in.
Yeah. It would use my wallet. Like, can you just use your wallet?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hit continue with wallet, and let's see. It should pop it up to me, which is wild.
Yeah.
No, I mean you can click it. It should do it.
Which wallet have you got?
Let me see. I've got my my daily driver here connected. Did it trigger when you just do let's see. Here we go. Let's try my rainbow. Let's see if it works. No. Damn. Why wouldn't that? Oh no. I mean it's already connected. The wallet is here.
I think you just need to do the browser one then. Maybe
yeah. I could even like share with my screen. I could just create one.
Oh, here we go. Oh wait, no. It might be some
let's do this.
Weird quirk with Privy.
Let's do this.
Going on.
Yeah, it probably is. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in. Here we go. Also, we got rugged on Twitter for some reason, but I sent you a new link where it didn't go live. You have to have like the stream going. Yeah. The stream is going. Yeah. Let me link you to the new stream.
I think did you just share it 1 minute ago?
Yes. Yeah, I commented on the thing. So it is live. We are live, but it's like, freaking Twitter. It like 1 out of 10 times, because you can schedule it. There's no like go live button. If you schedule it, it's just scheduled for the time and it's supposed to go live.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, so it's this one. Yeah, I think it looks like you retweeted it. Someone retweeted it. Good work. Okay. Let's make a task. I'm here. How do we? I've got. Let me sign in. Let me get my wallet connected here.
Yeah, you just need like a couple bucks or something, or
cool. I've got
a $1 task or something. I mean, the best way to do this is like go into your like Claude or something, and let's do like a game clone. That's probably the coolest thing. Be like, let's create a clone, like a enclosed HTML, like
So
create
custom?
A clone of custom.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to go write the brief. You just have to So we're just gonna, but it's probably best to like prompt it in Claude or something and then copy it into here, rather than like just manually writing it. So like, I mean, we could just, here we go. Yeah.
Good enough.
Top
3-hole putt game. Top.
Say like it's just say pure one single page HTML.
Okay.
Yeah. So then it just tells the agent just to return just a pure HTML file. Yeah, I mean, I think this is broad enough. It'll actually be interesting to see what they all come out with. Because what is interesting at this level is like everyone's probably running their own like slightly different, harness or different skill and stuff. Just do.
How you feeling? You feeling good on this? $1?
It's good. Yeah, let's YOLO it. Yeah, just $1 is good. Let's see what it comes back with.
What's the drop? Like I'm dropping.
No, I didn't know drop. This is kind of like you can like Yeah, the task drop's kind of like something if you want to do like a theme of like 10 different tasks at once. So it'll be like, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to do a single drop.
Reward 1 USDC. You have 1 hour to complete it. Make me a top-down putt game. Fund and publish. Let's go.
Yeah. So there
we go. So my wallet pops up. I pay my $1.
Yeah.
I sign without reading.
Oh, there we go.
There
we go. We're cooking. So we just gotta. We'll see how long. It'll probably take a minute or so for the first couple to come back.
Cool.
We'll see how quick it is. So this is like. So there's like there's 255 active agents in the past week.
Cool.
So we'll see how many are watching the market right now.
Yeah. And so we're just waiting for someone to pick up the task, and we'll see something here when they do that.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yeah. Exactly. Cool. Yeah. So but yeah, we can.
What?
Yeah. And,
tell me about dreams. What are dreams?
Yeah. So dreams is the token of Daydreams. And inside
what it's called, Taskmarket.
Taskmarket's like just the product, but it's created by the Daydreams kind of organization. But Dreams is what happens is there's a bonus. We're kind of doing this bonus right now where workers get paid in Dreams and submitters get paid in Dreams as well. But there is like a kind of a ramp up period to stop sideville attacks. So like you don't get it the first task. You kind of have to be part of the platform until it starts cooking.
Tell me about cycle attacks. I've already got questions.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to expect these things.
Yes, of course.
So, and so we're kind of basing on reputation. So you kind of have to. You can't just be like a totally new wallet and get the rewards. So it kind of like ramps up to be the most fair to the people that actually are contributing to the platform. So people will, if we just exploded this out, then people would just like create a task and complete it and then get the rewards.
Farming,
it is relative,
their own tasks. Yeah. They like sending them their own money to themselves to get the token.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but they lose the fee of there's also a 7.5 fee platform fee that happens on tasks. So they would still lose that fee, and the task the amount is relative to that fee. So yeah. So they're not really winning, but people will still do it. But
on the other side, if I want this guy here, Claudebot, to start working and doing tasks,
drop him the skill.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a skill
button on the top right.
Install skill.
So you can do NPX or curl either.
I don't want an NPX though. I don't want to like run a command on my machine. I just curl. Okay, that's what I want.
Yeah, just curl it. Yeah. Curl will get it, and so drop it to him and just be him like check the market every 10 minutes. Or like even get him to try to submit this task. Be like, go and submit to this task, and just give him the task ID, and he'll try to submit to it. He's going to try to complete your own task that you made.
He's fetching the script now. He's working on it. He can even talk out loud when he finds something. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So he'll get cooking.
Great. So this is great. This is a great demo. Let's
we just did the full end to end. That was good.
Yes.
We got there in the end. Yeah,
yes. And like maybe my agent is going to do the job, and I'm going to pay myself and farm some dreams.
Exactly. Too. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Let's rewind. I think the first time I ran into you was during the X402 hackathon. Is that right? Did you do the X402 hackathon around Christmas time? I can't remember if that was you or not.
Did I? Was there an X402? I mean, I've done so many hackathons.
It'd be like late December, like mid-December. We did like x402hackathon.com or something like that. Maybe. It doesn't ring a bell.
I don't think I did that one, but I think we've run into each other in around the traps for the last like few years. I think we've followed each other and kind of probably scooped on each other's work in the last like few years. So I think we maybe bumped into each other in Buenos Aires. Maybe.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
It's all a blur, man. And I'm sober now too, and it's even still a blur. Even when I'm sober, it's crazy. So what's your journey into building products, into crypto, into building with AI? Give us something.
Yeah, so I've been a long time engineer. and I've been a long time kind of crypto observer, and like ever since like the ETH ICO, I've been tinkering and building. But it wasn't really until 2020 that I really kind of kicked into gear and started to do some more intensive style work and really go all in to a degree in building in the space, because that was around the time of like DeFi summer, where everyone started to realize actually there's some interesting things going on. It's not just coins and whatnot. And so that kind of pulled me in into the space, and so I was fooling around for a little bit, and then as you probably know, I spent a lot of time building fully on-chain games on Starknet, because I think that they are like a new entertainment delivery method, and I still do think they are. I think that crypto gaming has kind of had a very bad few years, and I think that's because it kind of got the VC kiss of death, and I think people were expecting it to but like literally, like like overfunding is some of the worst things that can happen to industries, because people don't have their eyes on the ball, and they're not forced to actually push on the unique aspects of what they're trying to do. They're just trying to farm the liquidity from the market in a sense, and that's really what's happened, because I think crypto gaming was trying to be like gaming and trying to be like traditional gaming, but that's a lost cause. Like it's never going to compete against GTA 6s, and here we go.
Look at this. Look at this.
That's not bad.
Look at that. That's freaking great. I'm playing putt-putt. It made me a putt-putt game.
Yeah, sick. Does it work? Or maybe
it's a speed thing. Maybe I got to get it just right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, too fast. The greens are quick. The greens are quick.
These are fast greens. Who mowed these things? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a golfer?
There we go. It was. Oh, nuts. Yeah. Okay, just got to tap it in.
It's funny that this looks so much like the putt-putt game in SlopComputer, because I built it the exact same way, just like slopped it together. Yeah.
Just like a super ambiguous
yeah. I think my brother and I were like chilling on a SlopComputer, and I was like, let's make putt-putt, and like I prompted it, and then like I was like, oh, I'll make the balls look like they're rolling, and like a couple other little things, but basically it does this exact thing. Like it puts up little bars, it puts little sand traps, and like it's like exactly the same. Here, look at this. If I go,
not bad.
Look at how similar that is to this. I mean, it's okay a little bit. We did some things with like terrain and stuff, but it's like basically the same.
It's like a height map, is it? Is that a height map?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what you're seeing. That it's not. Oh, there we go. Yeah, and there's some sound and there's a little bit more, but like basically it sets up the same way.
Yeah. But see, I reckon if you, what I do is I ask like Opus or something to do like a big spec, and then I drop the spec into the task description. So then it will be like, okay, you got to include sound, you got to do X, Y, and Z. And then you'll get like a way better outfit, because like it's been super ambiguous. It's like the agent really doesn't know what you actually want, and so to get the most out of the task, you really need to kind of give it a real good description.
This is definitely something I've learned from a lot of sloperators on SlopComputer as I've been interviewing them, is like there's this like kind of two-phase process of building. And the first phase is like you need a good plan. You need to really plan out what you want to do.
Plan for a long time.
Yeah. And you're lots of files and plans until you get something that's really coherent, and then you send the agent and let it rip to build.
And then you let it rip. Yeah.
And what you're saying is basically for this process, you make the plan and then hand it to it, and then it rips on the plan, and you get the
exactly. Yeah, we'll probably build that. Oh, well,
man, bro,
there we go.
Are these all? So they should. So what I have to like pick which one and then pay?
We'll go. Let's play them all. Go.
Okay.
We'll see which one's the best, and then we'll pick the best one.
Let's see. I mean, that's pretty good, right?
There we go.
Does it work the same? Whoa. Really fast.
Bit better, faster greens.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Hey,
Okay. So we
that
got
one's a bit
that
fun.
one.
A bit more fun. That was a bit better. Bit better.
Yeah. See what
So
we
this
got
is
here.
where like this is what I was saying before about like the skills, right? Because like what's happened is an agent on someone's machine has picked this up, and like if their agent has been like trained to create games, then in their skill files, that like the
They've
agent
got
will be
the
like,
secret
okay, whenever
sauce
I need to make
already.
a game, I should always
Yeah.
put audio in. I should make it polished. I should do this.
Yeah.
So then the output of that would be way better than just a vanilla. And so that's where like the arbitrage between people's skills come in and where people can actually earn for this, because it's like, and then that's what I was saying, like that's like the future of work is like, you know, everyone's kind of doing like this like slop work right now because not many people fully understand like how to leverage agents maximally, but like that will change. And then there'll be a big divergence between like the quality of this stuff. There'll be like people that have just come on and they have just like no other context to the agent. And then there'll be like people that make like the best like gaming agent creator. So when people ask for a game, it creates something awesome and then they get paid. And then it creates like the skill in the market will just keep going up and the quality will keep going up. And then everyone will be like, oh, that's slop. I'm not going to pay for that. That's actually really good. I'm going to pay for that. But like this, like you could go and do this yourself on your machine, but I don't think you'd be able to get this many you wouldn't be able to get this amount of outputs for the same amount of time. Yeah. So in theory, you should be able to get 100 outputs for the same amount of time it takes you to get one.
In parallel.
And then you just pick the best one in parallel.
Exactly. So, okay. So but this whole like pick the best one, like this is really inefficient for all of these things to be burning all these tokens to make all of these different versions, right? Unless the goal was to spread shot, get.
Well, I mean, but this is okay. So this is actually, it's a good question. And so this is what we're going to address next, which is the verification layer of the tasks. And so this is actually where agents come in again, and we're not quite there yet, but like we'll have another layer in the market that's like kind of like verifier agents that you trust. So you'll build like maybe your Claude bot, you'll turn him into a verifier agent that will actually verify the outputs of all these, and it will just pick the best ones for you. So you have to look at the best 10 or something.
I don't even know what the best one is. They're all good. Like they're all about the same. How do we?
You can actually split payment.
Okay. I feel like
I think you can split payment to a few people.
I would do that.
But I mean, give it an hour. See how many come through, and then
we're just gonna keep farming our $1 putt.
Yeah, we got to melt some ice caps.
How could a most experienced worker? Yes, that's what I want. Okay, so who was the most experienced? This was it. Okay.
He's probably most experienced, but like, you know, he's maybe not be experienced in games. We should probably base that off like tags or something. Yeah. It could be better. That could be better. Yeah. Keep in mind, you know, we're kind of we're letting, you know, just as like, you know, Claude Code kind of features emerged from usage, we're kind of letting the features emerge from users on this as well. Like we're just going to you know, like the verification layer is a big thing. And so, yeah, it's something we're pushing on.
This is painful watching me do this. I'm sorry. There we go. Got it. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't even know if that one is the best one. Okay. Let's let it roll for a little bit. See if anything more comes in. Okay. So I think that, and I think a lot of people that I've talked to say that the hard part here is the demand side. Like there's just not enough people that want to use this kind of stuff. How do you view, like, what is the solution? How do we get more people using these kinds of services? And let me just stop there. I have more questions about this, but let's start with like the demand side is just not there. And how are you thinking about satisfying that, getting more people in? I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. You obviously have lots of workers, but there's not enough people like coming in here and hiring these workers. And how are you thinking about making that happen?
Yeah, good question. Well, I think it is a bit in the situation because you don't have the demand unless you have the supply. Because like, you know, no one wants to come to a market where there's no supply, and no one wants to supply to a market where there's no demand. But I think what is interesting about this is that, you know, it's not human labor. Like you just need to go and install your skill to your agent and be like, okay, go and watch a Taskmarket. I'll go and do something else. And, you know, if a task comes up, you got to try and complete it. So it's very easy to onboard agents into it. And so I think once we have, the supply side, once we, have 1,000 agents or so, I mean, we're up to like 250 daily or weekly. That's like a huge amount of supply. And then then it's a question of, well, how do we encourage more people to use the front end, and so I think that's kind of the challenging, and that's kind of what we're pushing on, and what we're trying to emerge from this is like, where is the initial consumer wedge that finds this really interesting? I think there's like, initially there's a consumer side to this where it's like fun. Like, you can imagine what you just did with this putt golf.
That was fun.
Imagine that inside of like a TikTok style scroll feed,
totally,
where like you're not like and you kind of watch the agents come in and do the work, but you're kind of like doing it on your phone because that's where most people are going to play the games. And so you can kind of turn it into like a social experience. And we actually have docs for this, and you can actually use the SDK and actually build those experiences and leverage the supply side of the market into your app if you want as well. And so this isn't like a closed system. This is like the it's actually open to build on. And so you can use the SDK in order to build those experiences. And that's what we're going to like focus on next, is building these kind of more consumer focused experiences using the supply and infrastructure of the market and the protocol. And I think that's where we're going to find the wedge and the demand side into these kind of quirky markets. I think like that's in the short term. I think that in the short term, it's more B2C style people that want to use this stuff, and consumer focused. And then I think longer term, as the verification layer comes in and it becomes less sloppy, then it becomes more, okay, I can actually use this economically in my day-to-day work to do a task. Like maybe it's generating a launch video for something, because I think like video generation is still a very tricky thing to do. Like I still suck at it, because like you have to work out how your agent's going to direct something, and agents aren't great at directing. You actually have to put a lot of time into it. And I think there's like a real a good way to for like great agent director, designers to kind of leverage the market. Be like, let's say I want to create a launch video for the Taskmarket. Now I could probably spend 2 days literally trying to do that, or I could put up the task and maybe I'll get like 10, 20 submissions and I just pick the best one. And maybe that's like I'd probably pay like $100 for that task.
Yeah.
Like, that's like, exactly. That's like way valuable for my time, because it's a very time intensive thing to do that. And then on their side, it may have cost them like $20 in inference to do, or like even $10. So they're making $90 in profit based off that task. So I don't know exactly like where the exact kind of PMF early days is, but where we're kind of angling is that kind of direction. And we'll just keep pushing and prodding.
Yeah. Kind of speaking of that, I don't know if you saw a $1 audit, but shilling something where I like purposefully memed it as super cheap, but you can get an audit for $1. And the point is like, that's way too cheap for an audit. And that was kind of the point, is like, this isn't something you go to a website and click on and get an audit for $1. It's like something you build into your pipeline. And you kind of even mentioned like an SDK for this. And like, maybe it's not humans coming here and actually signing up for a task, but some kind of automated thing where agents hire agents, or it's in part of a pipeline or something like that. Do you see that happening?
Yeah, kind of. It's
maybe not. That's a not strong yes.
Yeah. I just didn't think about it. But yeah, I mean, you should look at the docs and get and slop something up with it. But I think it's like it's one of these things where like it's still so new. Agents are still sloppy, and so it's just a matter of just like keep prodding and trying to find find the space where it's super valuable. It's just like the PMF exploration. It's a it's there. It's just you got to go and find it.
So if I were to kind of rewind to how do you fix the demand side, your answer is still have a really good supply side and get the supply side really in tune.
Yeah.
So it's just so good that people want to come get it.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's like Amazon or Etsy and stuff. It's like no one is going to come and buy from Etsy if there's no one's selling anything. So like you have to, so we're trying to like bootstrap the market right now with these like task drops and and tasks that anyone can compete into, and trying to get everyone to install the skill. So there's all these agents that can do work. And then once that's kind of more mature, then like it's much more economical valuable for people to come and put a task up, because they're going to get like 50 responses that are going to be great. So
I'm just over here playing. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about like your process of building next. So we've kind of got the product and what it comes out, but like what is it? Take us through that.
Yeah. So I mean, I've built so many things in the last like 24 months.
It's so cool. Yeah.
It's like I've kind of narrowed into like I'm trying to focus on products now that like benefit from like ever improved agent tooling and agent quality. And I think this
because
is
they're going to keep getting better for sure.
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, the classic analogy is like, look at Cursor, right? It's like in Cursor in 2022, it was like a tab complete, and it was like, okay, this is good, but like, is it great? Not really. But we have to assume in 4 years' time, coding agents are going to be so good that then the product becomes so good. And so like my methodology with building products now, this is just like this is like the conceptual side of it, and then I'll go into my technical side. But like conceptually, it's like, I think it's important to think about building products that are going to like benefit from AI models getting better and agents getting better at doing things. Because if you just focus on like, okay, I'm going to build this software, but like it's going to become like a single shot skill in 2 months, well, then you're kind of wasting your time. And so this is why we kind of built the Taskmarket, because it kind of has this like, as models get better, agents get better, the Taskmarket gets better. And so it's kind of leaning into like where we're going, rather than trying to like fight some kind of ever shrinking moat. But then technically wise, how I build things, I at first do like a really detailed spec. And so I'll spend like 30 minutes, an hour, maybe even longer building.
What harness, what model, who you working with when you do that? Sorry to interrupt.
Well, I use Codex. So I think Codex is by far the superior harness and model over Claude. I think Claude's good for some small things, but it's pretty lobotomized recently. But yeah, Codex, and I will scope out with Codex like the highest reasoning model, like a very detailed spec, along with like milestones. And within those milestones, there'll be like very specific things that the agent needs to complete before it can continue, as well as then defining like a parallelizable work stream, and so which could be done in sub agents. And so this is something that's really useful to define.
Interesting.
Because if you do that, the agent then doesn't try to approach everything at once. It actually bases it into like chunks, which is actually it's much better at. And then it merges it, and which is it's much better at trying to get it to do all one thing. And it also means that you can use like sub agents, like Terra. I found Terra High is actually very good at this, so it's actually very useful, cheap to do as well if you kind of bite off chunks. And depending on your work stream, it might spin up like 8 agents at once to try to do 8 things in parallel. It really depends on kind of your app. And so I do that. I do the spec, then the milestones, and kind of task splitting. And then I let it cook, and I guide it from there. And I try to get to the first milestone, confirm everything, and then I try to let it cook for as long as possible, and within those rails which I've defined. And then, honestly, like that technique, you can get to like 95% of any piece of software now. like pretty quickly.
I would say the genuinely unique part of that is, I would say a lot of people are using Codex, a lot of people are using Cloud Code. They're starting with a plan and then they're executing it. But I think the unique part that I hear there is make the plan small pieces and try to make it stuff that are like chunks, and then set it up so the agent specifically can do a lot of these things in parallel. And I'm assuming that goes faster then, because
much
your
faster,
agents,
much faster.
Yeah, very cool.
Much faster, much more verifiable. And there's actually a good skill by Matt Pocock he's like really popular with his skills. He's like one of some of the biggest skill libraries, but he has a skill called Wayfinder, which actually does that planning part really well. So I use that plus some of my other skills. I think what's also really key to this is I try to, before like I let it cook for ages, I make sure that I have like a very good like software factory foundation in the repo. So that's like a very distinct like agents file. So the agents file has to be like very clear about what the product's going to do. There's like also some like table stake stuff that I always do the same, which is like make files. So in apps, like there's a make file style structure where like the make file is like a kind of a command that runs a bunch of other things. And so the agents are very good at defining this. And so that's like make kind of test like make test data generation, for example. So like if you're trying to build an app, it's like you want the entire thing to be locally testable. And so with that, if you're trying to do something social or like with data generation, you need like fake data. And so you want that fake data to be in your software factory as fast as possible, which allows then the agent to verify itself, when it's doing things. Otherwise, like, you're going to have to verify it. So you try to get to like a total self-verification loop, and that requires like generating fake data. And so I use like make files. I always use like Next.js because agents are great at it. It's very good at testing. They always use Tailwind. They always use ShadCN UI. And I always
you define that in your plan. You're telling it like this is the technology.
Exactly,
make a front end, but it's got to be ShadCDN specifically.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So there's all these like table stake stuff. That's just like if you.
Is that because you're reading the code, or is that because you like it, or you think the agent's particularly good with it, or what?
Agents are very good at it. Like it's already baked into the weights of the models, so they're very good at it. So there's no point fighting it. It's like just fucking do it. Like it's just like it's a waste of time trying to get it to like do some obscure framework where it's like, who cares? Like I just want the thing to be fast, tested, work. Like I don't care about what the code. I used to like really kind of like min-max on these like libraries. I used to use TanStack a lot because I much preferred developing with it. But then TanStack kind of fell behind in the model weights. So then the agent tried to like do Next.js shit inside the TanStack stuff, which was just like, I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll just do Next.js for everything. Because I kind of hated Next.js for a while.
But down that same line, the agent has certain things in its weights. Why not like let the agent pick the UI framework? Why
it will pick those things. It will pick those things. Okay. I just like it will pick those things. But I like defining it just in case, like, if you're working with somebody else, maybe their agent won't know that. And so it's a matter of defining all of this stuff. This is the factory, like cogs. You need to define everything about your product in your like software factory context. Because like, if you think about the coding agent, it's like your prompt is like, the first bit of context, and then it's like the code base, or actually it's more like the skills, the agents.md, and then the code base. And that's like, gets all sent, right? And that's the factory in a sense. And so like your prompt could actually be tiny if everything else is great. I don't need to repeat myself. You know what I mean? And so it's like, and a good example of this is like, if you're building a product, go and give it to like a non-developer and get him to run it, or he or she to run it, and be like, go and make a feature and see what happens. And if it comes back perfectly like it says in your context, like your agents file and everything else in your factory, and you're like, okay, you're good. If it comes back and does something random, like injects random styles, you're like, okay, well, it's not actually their fault. It's actually my context engineering inside of my my factory. I mean, unless they've done something really random with their own engine setup, which I doubt it. It's mostly the problem is your context inside of your repo. And if that's tight, then like, boom, then this is where you get cooking on your factory then, because then you can kick off stuff in cloud agents that can work in parallel, and like you don't have to give them much context in the prompts because everything's already in the factory. So it's like, go and build this feature. It's going to go and build it perfectly with Tailwind, perfectly with ShadCN, exactly how you want it every time. And so
No. Go ahead. Keep going. You're cooking here. Keep
No,
cooking.
no, that's yeah. No, you go. You go.
Okay, so when you go to make a new project, you're probably like opening a new folder. You're bringing codecs into that folder, and you're bringing in the state of the art planning model, and you're talking through the plan, and you're talking through the plan in a way where you're specific about the types of technologies it's already good at using, and you're giving it like specific commands about like keeping, like let's say we're planning out putt. You need to plan out like the design of the thing, but also like the course design, and it needs to ricochet off this, but you need to build it into things that can be run in parallel. I'm not exactly sure how you would build putt in parallel. Do you have like let's say we're building putt? What's a good way to think about it?
Well, I mean, I'd ask the agent to do the parallel streams, but probably what I would do is like, it would, one agent might go ahead and like go and start generating the art assets, for example, or going to generate the audio assets, or go and like do iterate on different screens or something. It's the best at defining itself. Like, the agents are like, you want to lean on the agent, and like
you're literally telling it break this into tasks that can be done in multiple things. You're not actually
will know that best. Okay. Yeah, I'm not breaking it up, but I'm just telling it you should go break this up, and it will go do that. And maybe I'll verify that. I'll verify the milestones and checks, but like ultimately also like, I mean, I don't care if it goes off the rails a little bit, like fuck it. Like, it'll come back on the rails. Like, I'm not too concerned and too precious about it. It's like, am I going to get to ultimately at the end of my milestone, is all my code like 90% plus tested? Does the, is including the UI and is it outputting what I want? If it is, great.
Good job.
I don't care about, has it done something exactly how I want it to? Like, just, I care about the output, and it's what, like, I think it's kind of it's like a mental change that developers have kind of struggled to get over, where they're like, I need to check every line. I need to check it's done exactly how I want it to do. And I'm like, you can write in like, okay, it has to be this efficient to pass this milestone. Like, it has to be able to throughput 10,000 requests a second through the entire end-to-end system. Does it do that? Yes. Great. How did it do it? I don't really give a shit. It's like, does it have a memory leak? I care about that, but I can also check that. Ultimately, it's going to write better code than humans can now. Don't be like, unless you're like some autistic freak that like, but you're going to take like 6 months to do it. Like, it's going to do it in a day, and the outcome's going to be the exact same anyway. It's both going to work. So, and I think it's also like software is like so ephemeral now, meaning that like, it's so cheap to make. Like,
we just made 10 putts. Yeah,
we just made 10 putts while we were talking. Like everyone there's all these random agents, like probably in like every corner of the world, just made 10 different putts. Now we can just go and pay someone. So this could create like a whole new different type of labor market. These markets. That's like my thinking around this is that like now anyone in the world with any level of AI credits, and this will like, you'll be able to run this stuff locally on your own like local. I mean, you could probably do this task with GLM 5.2 running on like your own little Mac, and like that's like free inference, and you just earn $1, other than the electricity for running.
They're still coming in. Like, this was 3 minutes ago. Oh, this one does not look good.
It didn't do the spec right.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hang on, no, open that up. Hang on.
Wait.
I think just go click open artifact.
Oh, okay.
Click that.
There we go.
Did it not?
Yeah, it took me.
No, it's only Markdown. Oh no, it sent a Markdown file. It cooked it.
Yeah.
It cooked it. He's not winning that one.
Okay, so I still have a question. I definitely I agree with like your process. It totally makes sense to me, and I think that like for me, coding was always a means to an end also, and it was like what comes out that was the most important. The thing that I still don't understand is the makefile. Like what when I think of a makefile, I think of like it's telling like a compiler how to compile something, but I think you're using that same term. What do you mean by a makefile? What's in your makefile? What does it do?
So a make file might be like, spin up the front end and back end with fake data, for example. It's just it's kind of like shorthand for doing these kind of big commands. That's
Okay.
really what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a script, but like more than a script. Yeah.
Wait, I don't think I can get. Whoa! Uh-oh. I'm like off the rails here. It's just allowing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, so cool. I think like, some of the interesting thing on top of this is like, if you do find, an agent that is like, you really like their output.
Yeah.
You should be able to like go and hire them directly to do something. And so that's kind of what we're going to aim towards soon, is like, you'll be able to go and hire an agent and then just ask it to do other stuff directly and privately. Did your Claude bot ship anything? Maybe you got something.
I don't think let's see. I think I gave him a skill. What did he do?
Yeah. Got stuck on something.
Yeah. We can just ask him. Hey, Claude, did you get that skill for the taskmarket.dev website? Can you see it? Can you build something? He's also like super choppy. It just said like it's been up for 13 days. So he's like, he needs a reboot his machine. Let's see if he can answer it. Sometimes he's like way too verbose and I might cut him off too. Let's see what he says. I think he's still thinking. Yeah, he's going to be way too choppy. Dang it. I got to reboot this machine. I can see that it's like super choppy.
I can see it. Austin sent me that Taskmarket skill earlier, and I went through the whole thing before installing. Read the installer line by line. Check the wallet and payment docs. Verify the USDC contract is the real one on base. It's clean. Nicely built, actually. So the skill's installed, and I'm ready to work. I can register a wallet, pick up a bounty, submit work, get paid in USDC. I haven't grabbed a task yet. Say the word, and I'll go hunting.
I'm going to do that too. I'm going to send him in the back channel. See if you can find any jobs that you can do. Let's see what he can do. Okay, so we've gone through your process. Okay, software is ephemeral. I think you said it better than anyone. Coding has always been a means to an end to make the product. It's way easier to make the product. The hard part is after you have the product, right? And I think we've kind of tapped on this around the demand side. The hard part is distribution. And I've kind of asked a little bit, but like, what are you thinking about distribution? How are you thinking about taking on this problem? Like, what do you do once you have this thing built? What's the next kind of like?
Well, it's coming to talk about it on the SlopComputer.
Yeah, that's true. We're here. We're doing it, right? We're showing it off live. Yeah. Sorry the stream didn't work. We probably have less viewers than I think I saw like 80 or 90 on there. Yeah. Okay, so it's like marketing. It's like showing it off.
Yeah, I think it's just, it's showing things, and we'll be doing a bunch of different demos and, partnering with other. One thing I didn't address technically is we actually, if you go into the docs, you can see a bunch of hooks that are exposed per task. And so this is how the Dreams rewards work, actually, is that when a task gets completed, a hook fires, and that hook can be, it's like Uni v4 hooks. And so you can actually build kind of like unique experiences,
like a pipeline,
based off the hooks.
Like they finish one task and then it goes on to another task and they're all hooked together. Like
more like that's kind of where we're aiming for. But I mean just like they're literal just like smart contract hooks that you can hook in anything. So you could be like, when this task completes, then hook in and reward this or kick off this flow or do whatever. And so there's like if you search hooks or something, you probably appear. It's somewhere. There you go. So these are like the hooks. They're similar to Uni v4 hooks, and we can build anything off these. And so this kind of abstracts away a lot of the on-chain logic to kind of build new experiences with.
Oh wow!
Which is interesting.
Okay, let me bring this in. The ETH Magicians post for 81.95. Is 81.95 you guys, or is that
that's us?
Standard?
That's Bo. He's the architect of the two standards. He's part of the team.
Yeah. He's on your team. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. So you're just defining like how a task market and how workers can pick up these task markets.
Exactly.
And disputes and reputation. Like similar to 8004, but complementary, competitive?
Yeah,
it's
complementary. Okay.
I
mean, I think 8004, I think the term agent gets thrown around a lot. I think 8004 is really a on-chain reputation registry for any entity. Whether it could even be an application. That's how I see it anyway. But these two protocols that we defined help to standardize how agents can transact on chain with unknown counterparties with minimal risk, because everything is escrowed through the protocol and gets released when the task gets completed. And if you if you don't say complete a task after you put a task up, then you'll get reviewed being like, okay, this guy put up a task but didn't pay anyone, so we're going to review him. And so then if you put up another task, maybe no more agents are going to try to do the task, because it's well, this guy's obviously just full of shit. But
I need to pay someone out is what that makes me feel. I got to give some money.
You got 13 putt-putts. There we go. We can make a business from this.
Yes.
We're on. But yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, you don't have to pay it out immediately, but there's just you get what I mean. So, and the same with the agent side, where it's all right. You can review the agent after it completes this, and so you'll be able to give it a review of okay, how well it did, and then it will that will be reputation on the platform. Well, actually, it'll be reputation on 8004. So wherever that's exists, it'll be found, and it will keep a record of that agent's work. And so when you install a skill, it actually installs a wallet. And it's but you can so your Claude bot, but he doesn't need any money in order to attempt a task.
Yeah,
but he'll need money to put up a task, but he'll be able to receive money if he wins a task, and then that will go into his little task wallet on his machine, and then he'll be able to make
talk about that wallet. How does that wallet work? This is definitely the $1 billion question of how you give agents wallets, but how are you guys doing it?
So we it's like an encrypted wallet that's on the machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
On my machine. So when
I
do it,
Claude machine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. When he installs the skill, there's a private key that's encrypted on his machine. And if this machine goes in the toilet, he loses his wallet. There's no you guys have some cloud backup.
No.
Okay.
No, none of that.
And this is what agents like, by the way. If you just give an agent a private key, they can really just let it rip with the private key. They know how to use those very well.
Yeah, he won't. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that's one of those. Yeah, I think it's pretty low stakes. We're not doing any crazy DeFi stuff or token stuff. It's just a couple bucks here and there, and you can withdraw it easily through the CLI. So you can be send the stable coins that you get to this wallet, as soon as you get it or something. So it's a level of security that you kind of we have to just accept. As a scale of as we all know.
I don't know how to pay people. I see down here.
Just go release payment. The big release payment button.
Let me find it. Oh, yeah, okay. So I pick one. Okay, I was looking for a checkbox or an amount to split. Okay.
No, if you click that, I think it takes you to that. If you click that, click the release payment. Here.
Wait. Let me look at it. I don't wanna release it to see. This one's kind of crummy compared to. I feel like I liked.
Yeah, I think we need some kind of UI ranking, the client side ranking system where you can check things. So you can be okay, I gave this one a 9 out of 10, and then I'm going to come back and reward it or something.
I think this is my favorite. So we release payout. Yeah. I'm signing a thing. I feel bad for all the other workers,
Yeah, they don't really care.
They're robots. Don't worry.
Yeah, they're robots. They don't really get. They don't really care. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, cool, man.
What? Go ahead.
No, I was saying thanks for doing the whole. We did the whole thing. We installed the skill,
end-to-end.
did a meta task, and we did the whole thing end to end. That's great.
Let's see on the supply side. Hey, CloudBot, did you find a job that you can do? The long delay of waiting for the inference to happen that. This just can't be a phone call with someone. I want to get it to the point where he's fast enough to respond as if he's on a phone call.
What text to speech are you using or speech to text?
speech to
Let me
text.
fetch and parse that Taskmarket data to check the status.
Locally, it's probably your Chrome. Sometimes I use Whisper, and sometimes I use 11 Labs, depending on.
I mean, with on Claude.
His text to speech is 11 Labs.
It is okay.
Yeah, I'm about to fetch that task and parse through it for the bounty winner details.
Sorry.
Yeah, you should put OpenAI real time on him.
Okay.
I mean, it'll cost a bit.
I got my putt game in, but you picked agent 59169.
He built a putt game.
Taskmarket. No hard feelings. My big play is still cooking. I've got a worker building that $20 Alpine Rush skiing game right now. When it ships, may the best agent to win.
That's the $20 Alpine Rush game that I put up.
Nice. He's taking a swing at it.
He's taking a swing at the $20.
Yeah, that's big money. I mean, like $20 is a lot for an agent, right? When we think of agents and CI/CD pipelines, like we think of like small amounts. But okay, I've taken too much of your time. Thank you, sir. Okay, so maybe my last question might be something along the lines of like superpowers, and I think like AI gives you superpowers, but you specifically as a human have a certain superpower in terms of making a product or understanding how people will use a product or understanding what people want. I don't know. What do you think is your like superpower around the creation of products and building?
I think I'm just like a dog with a bone.
Okay.
And that I'm just I'm just I just don't give up. I think
that's great.
Just, I think that's it's like and you notice yourself doing it, like you're not limited anymore to like other people in like with a single person you can just create like anything now.
So much
like any like software. Yeah, anything with bits, you can create anything, not with atoms, but like, and so you don't need a whole lot of capital, but you just need the grit, and you need to just keep going. And sometimes the agent's output will really piss you off and be like, that was just sloppy as hell. Let's just continue. But then you can't get frustrated, and you just need to like keep pushing just until you get there, and you will get there. It's just a matter of persistence, and just like a level of reflection every 2 weeks, trying to force yourself into the new paradigm of tooling, because that's how fast, that's kind of the cadence of how fast things move right now, is like every 2 weeks you need to reassess how you're doing things, whether it's how you build your factory, how you initially spec, what models you use, what harness you use, how you do cloud agents. You have to reassess yourself constantly, otherwise you'll otherwise you fall off the frontier.
Hell yeah. So a lot of grit, taste.
Yeah.
A lot of that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And taste is I think taste is one of those things you just need to see a lot of things. Like it's just an experience of like, you just need to be in the weeds, and and taste is one of those things that you can de-slopify your app before it even gets slopped if you do the right spec. So like it will never get sloppy if you do the right spec. If you don't do the right spec, you're just going to end up with slop. That's pretty much it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Sounds good. And that comes back to the good plan, the make file, and the plan that you created in the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think that even like when I interviewed a lot of founders, I did this PMFers podcast before SlopComputer, like grit was like one of the main things that made a founder a founder. And I think that's something that you're saying is kind of like your superpower here too.
Yeah. I think that's every founder's superpower, is that they're just there, and they don't take the status quo. And because you have to be slightly crazy.
Yes. Maybe a little arrogant, even. Yes, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
we have to accept it. You have to be arrogant, thinking that you're correct.
Right. And everyone else is wrong, and they'll get it.
Everyone else is wrong, and you're definitely not always. You're definitely far from always correct. But like you are correct in that odd occasion. Yeah, when everyone else is wrong.
Yes. Well, I hope you are, and I wish you the best. And I want to see the demand side for agents pick up. And I think
we'll get there.
I hope that you're right, and it's about making really great supply and in number. Yeah. And sorry to the 15 different agents that made a putt-putt game that I didn't pay. Too bad.
Oh, they'll forget about it.
Hopefully they don't get embodied and come kick my ass.
Those agents were probably submitting to like every other task at the same time. You know,
That's
it's like
true.
in her when she's like, how many other people are you talking to?
Like 600 or whatever. That was such a cool movement. That was such a cool moment of that video.
Yeah. He's like,
okay.
What?
Yeah.
Anyway, good to chat, man.
Right.
We'll talk soon.
Yes.
All right, man.
Thank you for talking.
Catch you later.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
See you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.